interesting that my Jigsaw Day Trader connection was fine through all of that, but nothing else. Why does it say I have a position open in the E-mini? Well, we gotta get rid of... I don't know how that happened, but we gotta stop that. Okay. So when we got out of this one, it was 295, and we took 3 on it. 28. Okay. I don't know if it's actually gonna turn, if we're actually gonna get a lower low here or not. The delta looks a lot to me like this could continue, because you're not getting a rise in delta, but we are a tick or two down. Now with these block orders, I guess it's not unusual to see 2 ticks against them. They don't seem... the buyers don't seem too aggressive here. Well, they did buy this 9 right here. Okay, so they just put offered on it. Whew, that, like, they really slammed that one right there. Okay. Given that there was 9 there, if they really do sell it below this 260, man. Okay. They tried to buy it up, but it fought. Says that both are willing to do business there. This bid has not been terribly strong, is it? Okay, that time that ZF got real weak. Okay, they took it. Okay bid. Sorry, okay offer. ZB definitely took it. ZN is having trouble. They pulled. Definitely some absorption. Definitely some selling came in there. Wow. Okay, well, ZF was not able to hold that offer. And though ZB continues to go down. Okay, I don't like what just happened there. Okay. All right. Yeah, 2000 is good. Okay, so here they're making this bid. Okay, that time they took it cleanly. There was no iceberg there. Okay, and they just weathered a pretty decent hit into 26.5 as well. Okay, there's an iceberg here in ZF. So they're having trouble beating out that 002. Okay. So that time they beat out a 4K order. So actually quite a significant amount of buying there. So it's hard to say. That might be a sign we want to get out. And they continue to put a good offer up though. Well, okay, that time they pulled, so I don't want to get out now while it's in my favor. Here, the 002 looks weak again. Let's see if they can bust through it. I think they might tick back up again. Yeah, it is pretty, well, it was good action there for that move down was good. I don't know if this action right here is necessarily the best, but. I think I'm still a little in disbelief of this move down because when it happened, it didn't really have the volume and it did it. And then when it came down to like the 31, then it really started. We could have taken it much earlier than we did, and we could have let it ride much more than we did, but that's okay. Okay, so that time they took it down to 260 without a whole lot of resistance, so I think that they might make a new low here now. If I wasn't already short, I think I would be offering at 26 to see if I could get filled on a level break. And given the action that we've had, I think that a level break is extremely likely. And I think that a push to the target on the DOM at 24 is extremely likely. Okay, so there was a couple of stops on that tick down. Since 2000 have already gone into it, I think that they're going to continue. Well, now here's this iceberg again. $10K that time. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get out since they ticked up against it and didn't break through it.
Block buy.
Oh, that was... I don't know, I played that right. Where was the block buy at? 26. This was a block buy. Let's move this up. Oh. So there was a block sell here too. So I wonder if the guy that did the block buy was puking there. So I want to know, so here's, we know that we're out of that. When did I sell the E-mini? Well, it says that I just happened to click on it. It says that I happened to click on it off of the open. Because here it did it at 6:15, so it did it right when I opened things. Yeah. Neo asking, what's going on? Everything is going crazy. Okay, so theory. So I have 3 theories. I don't know if Neo is listening, but I think I have 3 theories. Do I have 3? Maybe I have 2. Okay, theory number 1 is that government spending is out of control and they're continuing to borrow lots of money. And because of that, the government is going to have to pay more. They're simply going to have to pay more for borrowing money. They're going to have a higher interest rate. And so the vigilantes are out pushing rates down. It seems to me like that the fundamentals were not terribly important because there wasn't like a huge move off of the news. People just kind of waited, and there was only tepid volume down before this really rushed in. So that's the first thought. And that would make sense with all of the correlations because that would mean that we're moving down not because of equity's strength, but because of borrowing costs. That would be really negative for the E-mini, right? Because that means that rates are going to go up regardless of whether of the fundamentals of the underlying economy. That's really bad for equities. I mean, that could trigger a recession in and of itself. Yeah, which would be bad. And Donald Trump would totally get the blame for that too. That's a discussion for a different day, I think. Let's see if that's really what's going on. A couple of days, I think we'll see. Theory number 2 is that we have just had a strong move down on the spread, and their technicals were just going to push us down. That's theory number 2. Theory number 2. It did seem like they wanted to make new lows for the year no matter what. So I think that's definitely a possibility. And then theory number 3 would be the more conventional thing, which is that for some reason, and perhaps there's a piece of data that we're missing that I'm not seeing, but for some reason, the probability that the Federal Reserve will raise rates for a 4th time this year just increased. And so the market is reacting to that. So I don't know. What do you think about my 3 theories? Well, I got a 2 and I got a 3, so 5 ticks today, plus this lucky one in the E-mini that I really shouldn't have gotten and shouldn't count. Oh man. I mean, I'd be pretty happy with that if that's all I got. Okay, so here's your question now. 12K at 28. Does it keep going up, or do they pivot and make another attempt at the lows? What do you think? They're gonna retrace all the way back to 29.5. That's where it would have to go to. I mean, it would have to get above that before I would really be like, okay, maybe we can make it to the VWAP now. So I'm not sure. If I had been long at some point, then maybe I would take it off here. Because we don't really have a probability. I will say though, look at the look at ZB. This is important.
Block by.
Yeah, if I see something big change on the DOM, I guess we're not going to see it. There's this big order down here in ZF, but it's like way too far away for us to see now. And the deltas are all going up. The E-mini is pivoting. Yeah, all three are moving up. MGC7199, is it bouncing yet? Well, that certainly looks like a bounce to me. I don't know if they're gonna get above the VWAP. I mean, for me to be like, that's a reversal. We, like it's confirmed and we know that it happened and it's in the past. I think that we would need to get above the VWAP and have a little bit of buying above the VWAP. As it is right now, it looks like some people believe that they have found a bottom at 24.5. And what I was just saying in the Discord channel was, I think there was a little bit of hesitance at 29.5. It went back and forth there a couple of times. So that makes that number a key location for them to test. And there's a 7K order at 29 as well. So there's a possibility that we touch 29.5 and pivot there. And then they try for the lows again. And this time they might have trouble getting through the extension at 25.5. They might even just stop at 26. So we may have, a trade here, like going short at 28 that I'm looking for. But it's all like super tepid. Like I'm not sure that I'll actually take it. I want to watch it and see it, but I'm not sure if I'm actually going to even try and take it. Yeah, okay. Sounds like you kind of agree with me. Oh yeah, Tucker's also pointing out that we're pretty much in the middle of the profile between here and the VWAP, so that also makes it a tough read. That bird, he really wants to be in here. He's still happy squawks. I think that's a pretty happy squawk. Yeah. It's just like, where are you guys? Hello. Okay, well, I think we are seeing some evidence. They did touch 29. They touched 29. We've been rotating around 28 now. I think we should reset the DOM here. It's super funny about that yeah, I'm still chuckling to myself about that trade in the E-mini. I'm wondering if maybe I had a stop order set from yesterday, or like a profit taking order set from yesterday that didn't get cleared and it ran up into that and that's why it sold it. Okay, so they ticked it down and we're getting some. I mean, it's gonna probably it did trade out there. 27.5 is the bottom. Okay. There's a volume cluster at 27 as well. You could take 28 to 27. Well, look at that. So there's a sell program still out there, I think. Not a strong bid offer, though. I mean, you don't really want to take a trade between 28 and 27 here, but the risk reward really doesn't make it worth it, does it? Because you're talking about 2 ticks versus 4 ticks to really know you're wrong. Well, maybe 3 ticks to really know you're wrong. Wow, no, you're still going to get 4 because 29.5 is the area, and then it's pretty likely to touch 30, and so maybe if there's stops and stuff up there, you could get -4 or more. So I don't think that the risk reward really is in our favor to take a short there. I would have to be looking for more for like the lows of the day to make it worth it. And the location, you know, with the E-mini still in recovery mode and going to be opening here in 20 minutes, maybe that also makes it a bad trade location. They are selling it a little bit in ZB though, so I guess now would be a good time to post a chart, so let's do that. And cleaned up the output here so that, okay. So we're still reading 140. Yeah. Yeah. Tucker was talking about the risk here, about you have to look at where you know you're wrong and limit that risk. And not even that, but you know, one of the things is that I might have like, I might say, you know, it could be wrong 4 ticks here, and if I'd be right, I'd have 4 ticks. But like, what is the actual probability of it doing that? So here, with an even risk reward ratio, if I had an edge that said, you know, that there's a certain percentage chance this is going to go a certain way, like let's say that this turned into an 11 tick zipper. And that's one that I've done pretty extensive testing on, and I could take, because I have a high probability. That one's like 80% that I get at least a tick or 2 out of it. But with this one, where it's like unknowable, you know, doesn't really make sense. I think to take something like that, I need like a 60% chance to take one where the risk reward is even. But then even with this one where we're saying like the risk reward is like +2 and -2, like maybe if I had an 80% edge, but even then that's super sketchy. So I definitely like have to stay out. And that probably explains why the market is acting the way that it is here, because none of the traders at least are going to want to touch it here, because it's in the middle of the range. We have to wait for a big seller or buyer to come in and move the needle. And it actually looks like the robots are keeping it in, because they made it look weak there, and then they absorbed 4,000 contracts. I also think there could be something to be said that, like, the move happened, you know? And what we're seeing right now is kind of more like after effects. Okay, well, there's an 8K. If they come off of that 8K, then maybe we could take a trade. Anyways, so the pickings are going to be much more slim. That's why maybe it's good to just say, well, I got 5. Probably should have gotten 8, but we got 5 out of it, and just be happy with it. Because the longer you trade, the more chances you have to lose some of your profits. And it's really like the earlier the move, the better. you can catch a good winner starting at 6:30, catch that 30-minute run, and then just be done. I think is the best thing to do it, unless it's like a trend day, which at the moment does not look like it is. In fact, at the moment, I'm still kind of thinking that we may have had a reversal day. I'm getting some signs, though, that it's going to pivot and test the low, so that scenario that we're talking about may actually play out. And it does look like if we had taken the short at 28, assuming we'd gotten filled, which I'm not sure we would have, but it does look like that trade may have actually worked. Still would have been ill-advised, but... Yeah. Yeah, this one I think is a little questionable because the cumulative delta is not there. Yeah. I think that they're gonna try it. I think I want um geez, I don't know. Just the way that the level 2 is acting here now. That's that kind of that pickup like that all of a sudden they want to try for the lows. Not yet. Might be there. Yeah, 250s definitely feel like they're gonna crack, but I want to see like a level break. Okay, so they hit it, and it definitely is acting like they're gonna do it. Okay, now I'm short. Okay, so yeah, so now that 25 half has been traded back and forth quite a few times. And quite a bit of volume has gone there. Definitely lots of people saying things to the effect of this doesn't seem to me to be in line with the news, or rather, the markets are not reacting the way that I would have expected based on the misses that we got. So this 25 is now what I would consider to be a weak low. It's touched multiple times. Okay, well, they took it up a tick against us. I kind of still like it short, to be honest. But ZF is not making, is not touching new low. ZB did. ZN equaled the low. ZF did not make a new low. Well, I don't like that, especially if that ticks up without, a lot of volume pushing against it. I think that ZF might rotate around here for a little bit, though. Like that tick up seemed like it was a bit much. Yeah. Well, it feels like, unless of course you got caught the initial move. Some of these places where we would enter, they definitely try to push you a little bit. Like up where we would have taken the short here. They would have pushed it against this 2 ticks. But this is not. I still think that they're going to go and do it. I'm just kind of more. I think that they should have just hit the 25 there when, earlier, but they let it tick up. But I mean, look at it. It's not doing what it did last time, right? Where all of a sudden they're just like, okay, we're buying it. They're not doing that. It seems like the buyers are scared. Now the E-mini is recovering a little bit. That may have something to do with it. But the E-mini started recovering after Treasuries moved. So the E-mini is really reacting to Treasuries. Several minutes after Treasuries, in fact. Okay, so there's a downtick, not a strong offer. But they did absorb some volume coming back into it. It's a ZF did not tick down, and CB did not tick down. Okay, so they had to push through a lot of volume there, and then they weren't able to hold it. There's a lot more buyers here than I would have expected, though, so that's not good. We really need to see some hits on 25 half. Well, one order went through. Okay. The way that these orders are coming in, that makes it look to me like a sell program. Could be wrong, but see how they're just kind of ding, 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 ding. Okay. Curious. Here it is again. But they're just absorbing it all in ZF. Okay. Wow. Okay, wow. They ticked through it. It seemed like all of these levels changed when they ticked down. Well, now they want to go back and forth here again. Nope. Nobody's running lows yet. And it looks like somebody really wants to buy it in CF in the 5-year. But there was a pretty big sell here in ZB. Oh yeah, 11 hit down that time. It barely ever even was down though. You know, I'm not as concerned about what's happening over here as I am over here, and what's happening over here is there's a huge iceberg. There's a huge iceberg. They pushed through it for a moment, but they weren't able to hold the offer there. And meanwhile, in ZB, we're getting tons of selling going into the low, but an iceberg absorbing there as well. Okay, so now they pushed through it and held it. They're ticking down again. ZN and ZF are having a hard time holding it, but ZB did tick on the low, at least one contract. Hey, Huckney. Okay, so that time they ticked up a lot, went on the bid and then pulled, and then they ticked back down. So, and they're absorbing at 07, so I think we need to get out of this. They're also absorbing here in the ZB again. Okay. Curious. They're gonna try again. ZB wants to push it. Wow. Okay. The iceberg at 26. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. I guess there's still a possibility that they go for the lows, but I think that they're going to get one of those, it just kind of goes to the top of the range and dies and then falls down without much resistance, sort of a thing. Look at that big order in ZB. 1500. Well, there you go. They chased me out and now they're going to go for it. Yeah, the shorts are having a field day in ZB. That's a good way of putting it. I think on that last one, if I had gotten a better position, I could have held it longer. This isn't getting filled. Well, now the thing is there's this really big order in ZF. And ZF hasn't broken lows yet. And if they do, could we see that number? So I'm still having trouble getting filled. Okay. Okay, so this is more like what I was expecting to see when they were going to break the lows, was like a really big absorption there. But there's been so much absorption at 24.5. Can they really just pull a straight up level break here? I don't know. That's definitely a big iceberg there to be at that particular location, though. So now I'm questioning my location. Could you have maybe gotten 26? Oh man, does Repco have to puke here? That sucks. Yeah. Okay. I feel like I'm in the same trade that I gave up on you just before here. Okay, well that's a little more positive. Let's see if this is, I mean really it's this right here is what's holding this up. ZF has been buying through this whole 3-tick range and trying to stop us. Hmm. This low is still weak. That's too much volume to go through at a low. They've tried getting above that 25 half a couple of times now and failing. Okay, well that time they're holding it a little bit more. Really need like 2,000 to hold this though. Normally 1,500, 1,000 would be enough, but now it seems like if you don't put up 2,000, it's going to tick against you. Okay, so there's 2,000. They've made progress on the price, but not in the volume. This right here, this 01. Very weak, not getting hit. 26 looks strong. Hmm. Okay. Really? They had to really fight to get up above that 25, didn't they? Look at how hard they're trying to get volume to come into O1 in the 5-year and not getting it. Okay, well that's not super strong. That evened out ZF though, that's kind of interesting. ZB needs to take a tick down. Hmm. Well, I'm gonna have to call this 25 the interest area. Okay, that was an okay downtick. The other two not really reacting to it. Okay, there we go. Finally a downtick in ZF. There we go. That one didn't really, okay, there we go. Come on. You're kind of breaking down the 5-year here now. Yeah, there you go. And we might see a lot of volume here at 24 because there's this huge 7K order. Ooh, okay, they're gonna do a level break setup, maybe. Yeah. Reset the DOM. Okay. 5. I'm gonna put it at +1 because if they do the level break, it's so thick I'm not so sure that they would get a ton of ticks out of it. Whoa, okay, look at all these. I don't know, guys. $96. The thing is ZF still has not hit the low. And we haven't seen a rush in cumulative delta market orders down, which means that they're not puking yet. Okay. So this 002 is the bottom of the profile in ZF. So if they break that, that's when I think we could see the break. The moment, though, they don't look like they actually want to do it. Okay. Well, I would prefer to see a strong offer there. There you go. Now this is getting weak. Okay, they pushed through it. Pushed through it and they didn't hold it, and then I lost my train of thought. They pushed through it. They weren't able to hold it, and now there's another iceberg there at O2. So not a good thing. But this is firming up. And the offers, sorry, the bid in the 5 years still looks weak, so they could push through it again. And then we see no 6-4, 6-4. It looks like the guys in the 30-year sure are having fun. Oh, they broke a new low. Well, I guess we broke a new low too, didn't we? It's these 5-year guys being stubborn. .7. I mean, how big is it going to have to be? So it's going to get above 3. At the 24.5 in the 10-year, that going to get above 3. There's 28.
Block sell.
Okay, so there it was, and I got filled on the stop run. Love that trade. My favorite trade ever. The level break. It actually went further than I thought, didn't it? Because we could have gotten 23.5. Oh, and we could have gotten 23. Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't have had an order in there, but I mean, geez. And look at it when the 5-year went and made a new low, whoosh. Oh no, Ripco. That one in the E-mini doesn't count, remember? So here's the thing. So this one right here, really both of these at 25, I should not have taken off. So that's the funny thing, is even my two losers shouldn't have been losers. But this was again like the positioning. I could have gotten the 26 probably, and that would have been a much better position. And yeah, so even you take out these two, it could have been even more. But to get over 250 in one day, granted, half of it is bullshit. Yeah, this right here, this E-mini trade shouldn't have happened. I don't know how that I clicked. How did I click, or how that order? Does it show me does it show me how I get filled? E-mini. That's a buy. Wait. Oh, okay. Okay. So here's my E-mini. Here's where I got out. And here's where I got in. So I guess I clicked into it. It says I clicked into it. Okay, well, now we're gonna have to go back and watch the video and see, where did Seth click short in the E-mini. Oh man. The funny thing, here's the funny thing about it, okay? Not the funny thing, but I come in and I'm like, I go into my positions and I'm like, oh, I'm short in the E-mini and I'm making money on it. What's with that? Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that. I guess we better get out of that. And there was a moment there. There was just a moment there where I was like, well, you know, I do seem to be in a profitable trade. Maybe I should just hold it. And if we come back here and we look at the E-mini, if I had just held it, because it was at 27.20, 27.20 would have gone, I would have made a heck of a lot more than $150 on it if I had held it. So there's that. Oh man, we have any comments? I don't think I'm gonna take any more trades in the bonds, just because I have a tendency to overtrade and I don't want to build that habit. And we've got, you know, we made some good money here, so I'd say that should be good for today. Getting 7 ticks out of the treasuries is good. So we can just yap if you guys have questions. Do I need to, I guess I need to come over here and, where is it? Where's the button? That right there. Lock it. So that I can't place trades in the E-mini. Or frankly, ZB. Oh, what a day. I don't know. I mean, we've seen trend days like this before. I wouldn't even necessarily say that this is like the most spectacular trend days I've ever seen. I feel like that trend day when we really started going short way back, I want to say like mid-April, was much more dramatic. And I've seen bigger moves than this. Let's see if I go back here on the daily. What's the longest one? Well, there was that day when we had the when they first started getting freaked out about trade and interest rates. That was a day. And then there was last September when we kind of peaked at the highs. And after that, so like September 27th, I think I did okay that day. When are they going to start covering shorts? Well, so that's the interesting thing about this one. I don't know if this is they're gonna make another new low or not. They could totally do it. So many big prints, man. Yeah, oh wow. The yield went nuts. Oh wow. Wow, it's 3.736. Oh wait. Wait, okay, I have to show you. Wait. Okay, let me pull this one over because I don't have this chart. For some reason, I can't get the 10-year yield in NinjaTrader. The yield is at 3.736 now. Like, remember when everybody was freaking out about it being 3? Oh my gosh. Oh man, I find that one hilarious. Wow. The cash. Oh, okay. So the cash is about 308. Okay. What's the symbol for that? USAM. Yeah. Okay. So it drives me crazy. I can't find the. If I come over here, Control Center, new chart, instruments, and like let's just look at indexes, right? Like those are the only indexes that we get, and there's the 30-year, but it doesn't give me the 10-year. Kind of lame, right? Is there a way to like maybe add? How does that work? Must research. Can you just like add it manually? App Crypto Master, is that maybe you're talking about Delta? That's what I use is Delta. Hey, that was a good uptick, by the way, just there. I mean, it's 25, 25 and a half. Anybody want to go short again? Oh man. Trader. Tools, options. Data. Nope, I don't see that. Let's just try this. Let's just update instruments. That's it. TYX, I don't. I don't know. Okay, what are they saying the Bitcoin? Yeah. Somebody came in and was like into the Bitcoin channel and was like, trade was secretly short above 9,400, and I kind of laughed like, yeah, we've been doing nothing but saying that they're going to sell it above 9,500 for the past month. And you're coming in here acting like you're telling us something we don't know. Lots of viewers on Twitch today too. I hope you guys enjoyed that move down. Well, I guess I'm feeling pretty good about that day. I'm gonna need to be extra careful tomorrow that I don't start pushing for, more big moves, because that's where I tend to have problems. Is that we'll have trending markets and I'll do really really well, and then we go back into range bound markets and I don't adjust back. So definitely gonna have to watch for that. Maybe I just need to look it up. Rhythmic TNX. This is another like maybe I should move over to CQG. Okay. Well, the 10-year definitely wants to keep pushing it. Okay, we're going to try one more thing. We're going to see if it'll let me add it. Oh, am I not? I'm not actually getting it from Rhythmic, am I? Let's just try setting this one up and seeing what. Come on. All right. Okay. Okay, so let's see if I can get it to show up now. Nope. All that for nothing. Oh, look at that. That one didn't show up either. So I'm not getting it from Rhythmic. Mm. So, we should look here. Another thing that we got going on. Trading View was we were talking yesterday about shorting Facebook. And what did it do? How did it respond to this move down? Oh my baby, yeah. I like it. I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it. I'm gonna go in there and be like, okay, so how do you feel? So we'll see here. Maybe I'll refer Dave to this later. We were talking in Discord yesterday about it, and I was saying it seems to me that, or what I've found is that in the options market, you kind of have to look for an opportunity that the market isn't correctly pricing in. And he was saying, I don't know if that's really possible. I think it is, and here's why I think it is. The hi, when are we gonna move? Never. It's not until like next year. But the options market is really sensitive to what is happening right now. And so if you have a move that's going right now and you know that like it's not going to last or it's going to come back for whatever reason, you can get really good opportunities there just because of, I mean, that option. Well, can we do it? Do we have Thinkorswim in here? We have to install it over here. I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, I'm just gonna wait until I get into work. I just the volatility alone would probably be good because the options that I was getting were pretty cheap. I mean, they're probably doubled at least. And so there's edge there, but then, you know, it's just like, okay, Facebook was extremely negative 2 months ago. We were saying that their user base is leaving. What I have seen online, like one of the things that's going on Reddit is everybody's complaining that people have left Facebook and are starting to post on Reddit. And I have seen my coworkers at work that did not post on Reddit before are posting on Reddit now. So this people leaving Facebook thing appears to be like a real thing to me. And so that is very negative for the future outlook of Facebook. And we were at a spot in the E-mini. If we come back here and we look, the action yesterday wasn't super great. When we look at where we are, we were ripe for a sell-off or some sort of a pivot. And since we kind of had a reversal yesterday, it looked like it was a good opportunity to take it, right? So I'm looking in here and I'm saying, okay, everything looks good for a short in Facebook right now. And the options aren't pricing those puts more expensive. Like they're cheaper than they should be. So that's where I say in options, you gotta find a place where the market has mispriced it. And then you can take it there. So I'm really happy about that, and I think Facebook could continue to go down. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see where it's at to see if I decide that I should take the profit on it or not. I think that the maximum I could make was like if it gets down to, it was like 2,000 or something. Well, since we're going to be messing with this, I should go and download Thinkorswim desktop. Download. Yes, I do. Download. Yeah, so back to crypto name. If you're still watching, um, my reading on Bitcoin at the moment is that there is somebody out there willing to sell, and they are bigger than pretty much everybody else at the moment, and they just don't care about anything. They just want to sell it. And what we have seen is a number of buyers over the past day or so. If I can pull this chart up, it's been a little volatile. We've had these moves up and moves back down and stuff. It seems like that the people, I like to call them the true believers, because these are the people that believe that you want to hold Bitcoin forever because someday it's going to replace fiat currency, etc., etc. Okay, so the true believers seem to think that the consensus conference is a reason to buy, and in the past it's been a reason to buy, and so they've been trying, and then this seller comes in and is like and smacks it back down. So and then you add on top of this that I have an indicator that has a pretty good historical probability of picking major tops and bottoms that says that 10K was pretty much it. And based on the Mt. Gox bear market, we could potentially be selling for the next 6 months. So take from that what you will. Okay, so now this is finished. We're just gonna install stuff here while we're streaming. Wow, lots of viewers on Twitch today. Good morning, everybody. Just so that you guys, if you haven't noticed, I do have a stream, a Discord. Should be, you know what? Actually, let me just pull up the channel and make sure that I have the link in there. But Discord is probably the best place to talk if you want to talk to me. And then I do watch the chat in YouTube, but definitely not as well as I do Discord. So okay, so there's that. Oh yeah, it's down in the description. So if you're watching on Twitch and you found me through Twitch, I would recommend joining the Discord. And blah 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 blah. Okay, now it's gonna run it. Yes. So did Repco? It looks like Repco held through all of that and is trying to take it off. Interesting. Oh man. Oh. Negative 18,000. That's so painful. It was doing so good too. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I think that means at least on that particular leg of the spread, he lost 18. There we go. I just have a demo account with him. Never real one. Okay. See, and it says that it already trial already ended, but it's been letting me through anyways. See that? Okay, so monitor. Okay, so I have a Facebook short, and it has made 125. So that's cool. So it's worth 570 now, but because we're like basically right at the money, so we need this to get below like 180, 170 before we really start making money on it. Okay. They may yet actually get that 28. That bird is frustrated. You hear him? Okay, so should we did we really review? So let's review real quick. This trade right here shouldn't have happened, and it was a misclick, and I closed it out as soon as I could have, and it actually was probably worth $1,000. So that's cool. This one right here, 29.5. When the news hit, you know, I definitely did not take it quickly enough. Okay, we didn't get it until after it had flushed. So we could have been short way earlier, and this was a late trade, but I think that we still picked an okay trade there in that spot and held it. We only took 3, so we took profits on that one too early, but there was some absorption, so maybe it was okay, maybe it wasn't. Same with this one, the 26.5 one. That one was actually a really great exit. So that's cool. Yeah, these two, I should have held. So these could have been profitable trades. But really the positioning was wrong. So we still need to work on that positioning, even in trending markets. And then this one I think was what these two were meant to be. And I think it was a great trade. We could have gotten a little bit more out of it, but yeah, I think putting in a automatic take profit there was reasonable as well. And in fact, I think I really want, unless we are, so where were we down here? So at this moment we were range bound, and my the thing I've been trying to do is, if we're range bound, to try and take the quick profit. So +4, I think that's okay too. I mean, we're gonna have to test that and see how it goes. If we're finding that we could have gotten more way too often, then maybe we need to change those. But I think at the moment I'm still kind of more like, I didn't get a good position, it went against me, I held on too long, etc., etc. So yeah, good day. Thanks for watching. I'm really where's this guy who has given good tips? Is he not there anymore? I'm not sure who you're talking about. But we get good tips in the channel all the time. But really, it's the indicator that I think has been the most helpful thing. Yeah. Anyways, like we've got like almost over 20 people watching today, so super cool. Subscribe if you would, and definitely if you're interested in trading futures, definitely check out the Discord. I mean, that's I honestly believe that our Discord is one of the best futures trading resources on the internet now, especially our education room that we have in there. So if you haven't checked it out, you absolutely have to go and check out our Discord. Anyways, I'm just yapping now, so I'm gonna head out. I'll see you guys tomorrow.